Дамы и господа,
Ladies and gentlemen,
добро пожаловать в новую спортивную
welcome
вселенную.
to the new
Мы
sports
приветствуем вас
universe. We
на
welcome
презентации
you at the
программы
media
международного
presentation of the
мультиспортивного
international
турнира
multi-sports
«Игры
tournament
будущего».
Games of the Future. Hello everyone. We are going on an exciting journey into the future of sports. And today your hosts are Emma Gajieva, a figure skater, sports journalist and TV presenter, as well as the person who brings the digital concept to life, the head of the Games of the Future project, Igor Stoyarov. Hello dear friends, and thank you so much. We came here to show the results of our work. We have been working for 2.5 years, but we have only 60 minutes, and we will do it in a very playful, very cheerful, very vivid manner. As I told you, we have only 60 minutes, and we have to stay within the time frames. We have been working for more than 2.5 years, and our team has created an amazing image of an exciting event that we are anticipating, and I'm hoping that you will see it in February 2024 in Kazan. Igor, can you tell me why did we start to talk about digital? So we understand that we live in digital. Some of us are living in the advanced digital. We know that young people for who we live, for who we create this show, this amazing tournament, is living in the digital for a long time, and they're looking for different digital events, cyber sports events, esports tournaments, and we have a lot of statistics. We have analyzed it thoroughly, and according to recent surveys, 54% of parents in Russia want their children to connect their lives with digital technologies. They want them to become programmers, developers, analysts, game developers. Of course, this figure has a direct impact on our life, and especially on the elite sport. As I told you before, esports is very popular, and we can talk about this for ages, and we cannot ignore this because it's a separate aspect of our life, and you know that digital is so various, and it has some downsides as well, and one of them is the imbalance between cognitive and physical activity. And for us it was very important not just to choose the promising directions, but also we don't have to forget about this balance, and the result of our work is the digital sport. It's the balance of digital and physical realities. It combines physical activities and cognitive development, and it creates opportunities for the younger generation in elite sports. And not just for young generation, but for professional athletes as well. And we are also talking about science, education, game dev, and many other things. And the climax of this digital sport is this product, a new multi-sport tournament, which is called Games of the Future. We believe it should be multinational, cross-border, because we are embracing clubs instead of national teams, because nearly 400 hours of top-notch sports coverage across digital and broadcast channels are awaiting for us. We will be broadcasting on TV channels and digital platforms, regional platforms, and multinational platforms, and we believe that this broadcast, this live stream, should hit every point on our planet. And if we work well with this broadcast, it will reach every single person on the planet who has access to the internet. So our potential audience is 5 billion people. We say that Games of the Future is the innovation format because we have all innovation kinds of sports, such as robotics, IT, artificial intelligence, game development, and others. not only in sports but in digital and other technologies as well. We also say that the games of the future is all about interactive services, it's all about immersiveness and engagement, and we will talk about this as well. And we say that the games of the future are new commercial opportunities for our partners, and we welcome them today. It's immersive in-game formats for integration for our advertising partners and for the entire tournament audience, and everything that comes along with common sense and the laws of physics is all about us. So this is a strike straight to young hearts, and the games of the future are coming and we cannot resist them, and it is very difficult to imagine what we are talking about. So let's check this video to get a better idea of this February 2024 Games of the Future, international multi-sport tournament that embraces for the first time traditional sports, e-sports, and different disciplines in one environment. It helps you to develop your strength, your skills. You don't need to choose between a joystick and a football, because you can compete both at the sports arena and in front of the screen. And from September 2022, we successfully held 9 digital games in Kazan, the capital of the Republic of Tatarstan. We embrace 160 countries. We have created a digital federation of Russia. We have 60 regional offices across the entire country, and right now inside digital games we have the first digital tournament, which is called the Path of the Champion, and any team from Russia and from new regions including Donetsk, Lugansk, Zaporozhye and Kherson can take part in it. And we got 71 million of views at digital platforms. Everything is set and ready to host the main international tournament of 2024. The competition program is ready and it includes 21 disciplines. It distributed across different sports venues in Kazan. The best players will take part in 5 challenges: challenge sports, classical disciplines and video games. Tactics challenge, the well-known games, and laser tag on the real venue. Strategy challenge, very popular mobile video games combined with physical activities. Speed challenge, speed run and super final. Technologies challenge, a competition with high-edge gadgets and devices, robotics, races, cyber athletics and virtual reality. And you can apply for the Games of the Future. The capital of the Republic of Tatarstan is welcoming the best athletes from all over the world. And this year, the President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, invited athletes from BRICS countries to Kazan. We will be happy to welcome athletes from BRICS countries at the international tournament, the Games of the Future 2024, and this tournament will be a unique tournament that will combine the most popular video games and traditional sports disciplines. Viewers will be able to be inspired and amazed by the outstanding show they have never seen before, new technological solutions to host the most splendid and biggest sports tournament in the country. Viewers will be able to follow the tournament's games at the physical arenas and online. This is the center point for athletes, bloggers and stars. From youngest to oldest, we spark and ignite the fire in your hearts. And we embrace millions of followers of the digital movement. And you will be able to see the Games of the Future from any point in the world. We unite the world. The Games of the Future, made in Russia for new generations. And we would like to start our presentation with the person who promotes digital in Russia and in the world. Dear friends, please welcome Deputy Chairman of the Government of the Russian Federation, Dmitry Chernyshenko. Mr. Chernyshenko, the floor is yours. Hello, dear friends, hello. Dear colleagues, I'm very happy to see you at the presentation of the Games of the Future presentation. I'm very happy to see you at the presentation of the Games of the Future tournament. I'm addressing my speech not as an official, but as a person who took part in the preparation of a wide range of international events, both sports events and other types of events. And the Games of the Future will be the beginning of the new era in the sports development, not only in Russia, but in the entire world, because sports historically has been uniting generations and entire nations around common values. Unfortunately, in recent years, after successful Sochi 2014 Olympic Games, we started to face constant problems. Sport is ill, and sports is going through different crises, the pandemic, geopolitical crisis, and different challenges that had a negative impact on the sports industry. And we see that different e-sports and virtual disciplines are getting more and more popular. It's a very obvious trend, and around 15 million Russians regularly get involved into the e-sports, or it could be just video games. This includes professional cyber athletes. And Russia is the sports country, and as we're embracing the challenges of today, and according to the order of the President of Russia, we are creating a brand new movement that embraces digital, scientific, and educational achievements made in Russia, and we do it in a new format which is called the Games of the Future. And it turns that Vladimir Putin, as it was in the end of 19th century, just like Baron Pierre de Coubertin offered new, fair, spectacular tournament, which is very in high demand from global audience, from our athletes, from cyber athletes, but we didn't have a special format, we didn't have special venues. And what you could see from the video, the Games of the Future is the new product. It's not just a tournament, it's a new philosophy. It's a new philosophy of development, of social growth, of harmony, because in the foundation we can see common values, understandable values like fairness, mastership, knowledge, and a constant thriving to become better and to get into the better future. So we are working at the edge of cyber sports and traditional disciplines. We want this to become very harmonic. At this tournament, athletes will show their physical skills and cognitive skills as well, and they will be competing in digital reality, in virtual reality. They will be able to demonstrate not only their sports skills but their digital skills as well, and we will be able to see new role models, new heroes, new stars, and probably we will follow them, and entire new generations will follow them. So that's why these games will in fact become the center, and around this center there will be a new ecosystem, the ecosystem of teams, of clubs. They will be embraced by educational programs and by development of different technologies, and sports programming World Cup will take part as well, and many other things that were not presented in the video. But most importantly, this format is adaptable to do digital sports, to host such events. We are using existing infrastructure. We don't need any expensive projects to have these games in place, and the games hosted by Kazan will set new standards, new regulations, new rules that didn't exist before, and 250 teams that will come from more than 100 countries will compete in 21 innovation disciplines, and they will show the entire world a new way of how to develop and how to create a harmonic identity. The tournament will last 12 days. We will have a very solid prize fund, prize pool for more than 200 athletes. We are running test events right now, digital games on all new means of sports. So we are trying uh, new formats, new approaches, and digital disciplines tournaments are also part of big youth forums and conferences. So digital is something very big and common for Russia, and more than 400 universities are taking part in this movement, especially their students, as they are the most active ones. In Russia, we create digital centers. We don't force anyone to create these digital centers. They are emerging on their own initiative, and a lot of people also applied to the Russian office of the Digital Federation. And of course, we need to strengthen mutual respect and friendship among countries, because we don't want sport to become a political game. And we will see all of this over recent years in innovation disciplines tournament that will take place in Kazan. More than 40 countries took part. Of course, these are mainly countries from BRICS, from SCO, from other organizations who are good friends of Russia, and I don't see any obstacles for any clubs or teams to take part in this tournament, and we are happy to invite any country to the tournament. Also, we have MOUs signed with 19 international partners, and I would like to say thank you to them, and we welcome them. So, dear friends, this is how we organize the very first in the history Games of the Future, and we say that Russia is creating a new format, an open sports dialogue with all countries, and the goal is a very strategic one. Not just to host an event or a tournament on a top level, but in the perspective, we would like to create a sports direction, sports movement that will embrace technologies, education, innovation, and constant movement towards development. So we will go down there all together, and thank you very much for your attention. Thank you very much, Mr. Chernyshenko. Now we know how to inspire the entire world, and now I would like to give the floor to the Minister of Sport, a person who keeps up with the times and is open to sports innovations. Oleg Matitsyn, Minister of Sports of the Russian Federation. So, according to a tradition, just like an athlete, Mr. Matitsyn is running towards the stage. Thank you very much, dear colleagues. It's very good to take the relay from Mr. Chernyshenko. And we're always positive because despite all sanctions, sports is all about those activities that help you to overcome obstacles and to be a role model. We don't need to be sad. Don't need to get disappointed. We need to create new formats of how to work with a younger audience, with business, with state institutions. I'm very happy that President of Russia initiated this very important initiative, which is the very first Games of the Future tournament. Of course, it's one of the biggest part of national policy and our national sports system, and it's a bright reply to the challenges of today. And these challenges, as it was said before, are the following. We have a conflict of interests between young people who prefer traditional sports and those young people who prefer esports, and it's our goal to find the balance between two of them, and digital movement will help us to do so. And digital movement is officially registered since January 31, 2022. Digital is included into the all Russian registry. We have the Russian Digital Sports Federation in 64 regions of Russia. We have regional offices of this federation, and they are promoting the new movement. They unite new disciplines, they test them, they engage young people, they create student leagues, corporate sports. With digital movement, all this is possible, and we see this is a very successful movement. And the path of the champion tournament is already over, and in December 2023 in Kazan, the final part of this tournament will take place, and I'm hoping that digital will give another impetus to develop sports in not only in Russia, but as it was highlighted before, in other countries as well. In other countries, in youth movements, and this movement has an absolute future, and this is why we call them the games of the future. I invite you once again to Kazan, but before going to Kazan, we are going to have a lot of test events, and these events will show you that sports should be free from discrimination. We should be equal. We should have equal rights while qualifying or competing. And this is how we adhere to the true value of the Olympic movement, to the true value of sports movement. And once again, I underscore that this movement has a lot of advocates. And in February, these games of the future will show it once again. Thank you once again, and let us play. Thank you very much, Mr. Matitsan. In fact, the opportunities that open up for young people are simply cosmic, and we know that we don't need anything new for digital events, because we can use existing sports or city infrastructure, but in a new way. But what will be the approach towards this infrastructure? And I would like to give the floor to Vladimir Leonov, Minister of Sports of the Republic of Tatarstan. He will talk about this. Hello, dear friends. Mr. Matitsan, Mr. Chernyshenko already gave you an idea what we are going to have in February in Kazan. So let's take a look at magnificent Kazan and its views. You know that Kazan today is one of the cities that is famous for its sports history. We started 10 years ago together with you from University 8. And our sports history is just splendid because we had FINA World Championships. You can recall FIFA World Cup. We also had World Skills back in the days. And thanks to that, today Kazan is the sports capital of Russia. We have a very big team of managers and of volunteers, and it helps us to work actively in terms of preparation for the biggest tournament. And it's a very historical photo that when we started the preparation a few years ago, and I can tell you that head of the Republic of Tatarstan is constantly managing and controlling everything we do, and we would like to send you regards from him. Thank you very much. Once again, from September 2022, we've held 9 events almost every month. We have tested 10 venues that will host Games of the Future events, and these figures are very illustrative. We didn't have a lot of participants. We are waiting for much more, but we had 860 participants from 38 countries. We have a very positive feedback, and everyone wants to get back. When it comes to the setup, we are using the entire city infrastructure. Sometimes we change or adapt completely the sports venue because this is the martial arts arena, and we end up with a brand new arena. Coming back to sports venues, the main venue is Kazan Expo. Today, this is the most uh, modern, contemporary exposition, a venue that will allow us to house games of the future. We are testing it, and of course, we are going to use the existing infrastructure. Thanks God that Kazan has a lot of sports venues, both in terms of quality and number. We are going to use all venues and sites to host 21 disciplines. And another example, if you didn't visit our test events, this is the center of the tennis academy. So you can see it in real life, and you can see how we change it, how we adapt it. It's a laser tech arena. You can see that it's a completely different picture. And I would like to say thank you to our colleague from Match TV channel, because we have very good image and we broadcast it not just to TV channels but to the internet as well. Also, I need to say that we had a short meeting and we are preparing for the opening ceremony that will take place at Kazan Expo as well. It will take place in a standalone pavilion, but I don't want to unveil everything because you will see all the secrets at the ceremony itself. Also, I have to say that we are preparing a standalone project, big project, and Igor will tell you more about it. It is called the City of the Future. It is tailored to athletes and to visitors, because everyone who will come to the games of the future, they will be able not just to see the tournament but to understand what the city of the future will be looking like. Also, we will have some beautification projects in a very innovative way. This includes art installation, performances, art objects, so a lot of different things that we already did. Also, I cannot ignore logistics. We have gates open to Kazan. We have upgraded and renovated our railway terminal and international airport. We are open to many hubs around the world, so it's not a big deal to reach Kazan. You can do it not only from Moscow, but from other cities as well. And don't forget that in February, we will decorate our city as much as possible. Just you could see how beautiful Kazan is. Ladies and gentlemen, we realize together with our partners and government institutions that this is the innovative project. This is the brand new project, and we need to set a certain level. Mr. Matitsyn, Mr. Chernyshenko, I can reassure you that we will do our best. Hooray and welcome to Kazan. Thank you. Thank you very much, Vladimir. So Kazan is always ready to impress you, and sports objects, sports venues are becoming a part of the Games of the Future project. And I have to say that I would like to say thank you to Vladimir and his team for their efforts and for all the people in the room, because Kazan is absolutely ready, and I'm pretty sure that Kazan will be ready to host test events and of course the Games of the Future. But why I came here, I would like to open a new chapter of our presentation. I would like to welcome once again those people who came to this room, because not only viewers and athletes will be competing and will be presenting at the Games of the Future, but we also welcome our partners. We have a very big sports portfolio, and that's why today we have our partners with us, and I would like to say a massive thank you to them. These are top companies that have chosen Digital Sport, that support us and our amazing tournament. Yes, in fact, it's very clear with the venues, but now we need to understand how guests and athletes will navigate across Kazan. And I would like to give the floor to the Deputy General Director of Solis Group. This is our main automobile partner, Zoya. Kaika, we welcome you. So very happy to see
Давайте,
you.
наверное, я сначала пару
So
слов скажу о
first I
том,
would
что
like to
нас
say a
совершенно
few
захватила
words
идея
about
игр
how
будущего, которая, как
fascinated we
нам
are
кажется, очень
with the
точно
games of the future,
отвечает на
and we believe
запросы
that
массовой аудитории в
they
новых форматах
really address
состязательности, новых форматах
the needs of the
зрелищности,
new
новых форматах
audience in terms of
технологичности.
technologies,
И нам, как компания
viewership,
автомобильная,
and
очень
we as a
созвучна
car
концепция того,
company
что будущее за инновациями,
really
которые
think
интегрируют
that the future is
цифровые
all about
технологии и
innovations that
превосходные
integrate
физические свойства.
digital
Это то, что
technologies
мы хотим
and
отражать в
physical
будущем в наших
properties. This is
автомобилях. И,
what we
конечно, игры будущего, мы считаем, что это лучшая сейчас платформа,
see
которая позволяет расширять и вовлекать прежде всего молодую
very
аудиторию, которая, может быть, не
important,
сегодня, но
and
завтра
this is
должны стать нашими
it is very
клиентами.
important
Вот. И
because
что
we would
касается
like to
передвижения, то
become
мы тоже готовим к
we would
турниру
like
игр
these people
будущего
to
в
become our
Казани
customers, and
свои
we're getting ready
собственные
for the games of
инновационные
future, and we
идеи,
are
которые
preparing
позволят
our
уже
own
в
innovative
пространстве
ideas that
автомобиля,
will
по
allow
сути, вовлекать
to engage
потенциальных и
potential
зрителей, и
customers
участников
and
соревнований
potential
в
viewers and
атмосферу,
participants to the
соответственно,
atmosphere
фиджитал-спорта.
of digital sport.
Мы рассчитываем,
And
что
we
все,
believe
кто
that
окажется в Казани,
everyone
смогут
who will
оценить,
make it to
соответственно,
Kazan will be
те
able to
машины,
appreciate
которые
and to
будут
value
помогать в
cars that will
передвижении
be
между
helping people
площадками
to
турнира,
navigate
соответственно,
across
и
venues,
представлять из себя некий такой иммерсивный продукт,
it will
в
be like an
котором,
immersive
соответственно,
product
по ходу движения вы сможете получить новые впечатления и
inside which you will
испытать
be
себя в
able
новых
to
видах
get new
состязаний.
emotions and you will be able to test yourself in new disciplines. Thank you very much, Zoya. It's quite intriguing. Thank you very much for joining us, and we are looking forward to seeing your ideas at the Games of Future in February. And now I would like to give the floor to Yuri, co-founder of a Liga Stavok betting company. So sports and your profession. But I would like to ask you a question, whether your
Традиционно
audience
букмекерский бизнес играет
likes
важную роль в
e-sport.
продвижении и популяризации видов спорта
Of
в
course,
широкие
betting
массы.
business is doing a
У
lot
нас
to
сформирована
promote
большая
sports,
база
and we have a very
игроков,
big base of
большая база
players,
любителей спорта,
big
болельщиков, экспертов, которые в
base of
ежедневном
amateurs,
режиме
of fans,
наблюдают
of
за
spectators who
вообще,
are
в принципе,
watching
мировым спортом.
online the entire
И
global
молодой спорт,
sport.
конечно, должен
And
иметь
youth sports,
возможность
young sports
быстрого
should
выхода
have an
в
opportunity
линейку топ-спорта. И
to
мы рады,
make
что
it to the
именно
top
наша
sport,
компания
and we are
будет
happy that our
помогать
company will be
играм
helping
будущего
the Games of
в
the Future
продвижении.
project in promoting this.
Лига ставок всегда была
Liga Stavok betting
первопроходцем
company has always
букмекерского
been
бизнеса.
a
Это первый
pioneer
букмекерский
in
лиговый
betting
сайт,
business.
это
It's the
первая
first
интерактивная
betting
ставка, первые
website,
NFT,
first
первые комиксы.
betting legal
И мы всегда
business, first
расширяем
NFT,
границы и всегда,
first comics.
как получается, на шаг впереди.
And we're
Так что
always
игры будущего
one
идеальный
step
партнер для
ahead,
нас.
so the
И
Games of the
мы
Future are the perfect partner for
большой
us,
честью
and it's a great
благодарим
honor for us
организаторов
to
будущих
be
за
a part
выбор,
of the
который
Games
был
of the
основной
Future, and we
нашей
would like to
компании.
say thank you to the
И
organizing committee
мы рады
of this
стать
tournament
причастными
for
к
for
развитию
picking it up
спорта будущего.
our company, and we would like to be a part of the sports of the future. Thank you. So everything which is perfect is all about the Games of the Future. So now I would like to give the floor to a person from the digital laboratory, which laid it out with tiles and proven ideas. I would like to give the floor to Ilya Galayev, president of the All Russian Physical Culture and Sports Society Workforce Reserves. Hello, dear friends, Mr. Matitsyn, Mr. Chernyshenko. It's very pleasant for me to stay here, and as a person, I have always been a sports person, a sports fan. I'm really admired about different disciplines, especially drone racing, and I can tell you that our laboratory is preparing regulations, rules, and testing procedures. Just to make sure that all disciplines will be held on the top level. First, we need to highlight the fact that our council, our board, includes Olympic champions, visionaries, and digital marketing people, digital or esports. So that's why when we were on our way to test different disciplines and to prepare regulations and rules for them, some of them were created from scratch, some of them were complemented. We got a lot of feedback, got a lot of comments from the society, from the communities. So people sent us the ideas, what can be included into the games of the future agenda. Some of them were not selected, some of them were selected, but the climax of all of this were the test games. And I can tell you from myself, as the curator of the drone racing discipline, they were a great success. And for our sport, we have created a very big community, and we see that this community is growing very intensively. It's very good for us, and it's very good for the games of future. It's an amazing event, and we are looking forward to seeing the games themselves. Thank you very much, Ilya. So we go very fast. So today we will finally present the results of our work, which is the main program. And I already started to talk about this. This is the work of the digital laboratory, and we will present you the results of this hard work. So initially we had 16 main disciplines. We were mentioning this during the presentation and during the selection procedure, during the scoring. Digital laboratory added 5 disciplines more to our main program, and finally we have the main program and the extended program. So today we can tell you, and we support everyone who said it before, and we can tell you that we are going to have 21 disciplines at the Games of the Future. And disciplines that we failed to test before will be tested later on, and we would like these disciplines to be presented by real athletes who went through these test events, who know what digital sport is, and we have people from different countries. And now it's my pleasure to welcome our digital heroes, Yaroslav Yarkuzia Kuzmichov, captain of physical hockey team NBSK and hockey blogger. Robert Fakhredinov, Ufenok 77, digital athlete and blogger. Sergei Bacher, cyber athlete, tester and pilot of prosthetics. And also we will be joined online by our international athletes with their greetings. Marko Vucic, captain of the digital football team Arbelic Esports Serbia. Renato Sanatu, R10 team manager Brazil. Wong Hock Chuan, coach of the Dota 2 digital team Neon Esports, Dota 2 world champion Malaysia. And the sports challenge, which is the main one and which embraces 6 disciplines. So Yaroslav, Marco and Renato already mentioned it, but I would like to talk about speed. So Yaroslav, Marco and Renato will talk about the sport challenge. We will talk about tactics, strategy and speed with Ufenok and Van Hawk, and technologies will be presented by Sergei. So we welcome you once again, our dear athletes, and my question to you, Yaroslav. I remember that you come from the traditional hockey, and tell us about digital sports for our guests. So digital sports are very varied. There are many disciplines in the sports challenge. and it includes digital football, digital basketball, digital hockey. So first, athletes are playing on simulators, and then they go out onto the physical court and continue the game with the same score. So I remember that first we were in my childhood we were playing on a in a simulator, and then we went straight to the ice. And I think that is just something new and very good that in our country we have this new type of tournaments. And I want to say that it is very important not to be ready for the physical part, but also you need to be ready for the cyber part, cyber discipline. So if you want to win, if you want to win the games of the future, you need to prepare physically, and you also need to be ready in the digital part. And this is what we do. I have my own team, digital hockey and traditional hockey team and BSK. They were taking part in the Path of the Champion tournament. So we are now training in the simulator and on the real ice rink. So looks like it's twice more complicated, but it's twice more interesting. Yeah, for sure, it's very interesting to watch it. I was really amazed. Thank you very much, Yaroslav. And now let's see a video from Serbia, Marko Vucic.
The tournament in Kazan was remarkable. Me and all my team are so grateful to be a part of digital movement. We all used to play football, and when we heard about both in digital and digital competition, we immediately seized the opportunity. It's more exciting than just cyber sports. You have to compete against very diverse team with very different skill sets, and you will never get bored. It is such fun and great new way of being a sportsman. I'm goalkeeper. I'm sure many teams from all over the world are thrilled to come to Pinnacle event in February as much as I am.
Thank you very much, Marco. And I was lucky to work at the digital football in Kazan in May 2023, and it was just igniting, and Brazilian footballers were just something outstanding. And one of these guys was Renato. He also have a video.
Here we are talking from Brazil. It was a big pleasure for us to have the honor to participate in the digital football. It was a big event in May. We had the opportunity to achieve the final. We lost for a big team, Phoenix, in a very tough match. But we are very pleased and honored to be confirmed in the World Finals in February. We are organizing a big team. We will arrive very strong, and we are very happy also to be in the ecosystem with other games. We are seeing that you have basketball, you have a CSGO, you have racing, you have MMA. We are very curious to have this chance to be with you in this event, and congratulations for this initiative, because it's an innovator, and we are very happy to be with you in the beginning of this project, and we are pretty sure that we will participate in many other competitions. Thank you very much, and have a good meeting.
Thank you so much, Renato. We are looking forward to seeing you, and we will learn new Brazilian dances. new 3D tactical combat, which has long become a classic in the world of esports, can also be seen at the games of the future in the tactics, strategy, and speed challenges. And Roberto Fionac will tell you exactly how it will look like. So, just like Yaroslav, I represent a traditional sport, which is football. But more than 5 years, I have been doing esports, and I would like to tell you what we are going to have in the tactics, strategy, and speed. If we're talking about digital games, it's very good that we have esports and traditional disciplines. So if we're talking about speed, so we have disciplines that have never been at any esports tournaments, but we see that people are playing games and then they proceed with the physical part and they compete with each other. So if we're talking about tactics, strategy, it's shooters, mobile games where guys play in team events. So first they play shooter and then they go to a laser tag venue on a special arena. It looks very great, very stylish and modern. But as I told you, first I'm about digital football. As a participant, I visited a lot of esports tournaments, including world championships. I visited test events. I used to be a FIFA world champion, so I have something to compare with. So I saw different guys, different champions. So, and the level of organization in Kazan is very surprising in a positive way. I would like to say thank you to everyone that we can take part in these tournaments and sport tournaments like this while we are isolated from the global sport. So thank you very much for taking part in the games of the future. And now we would like to give the floor to Won Hok Chuan, who is a coach of the esports
physical
team
game is
and the
a
Dota
really
2 world
perfect
champion.
tournament, and we feel really good, feel really comfortable. Everything is really good. Just because we fly from Philippines Manila, so actually it take really long flight. Totally 24 hour. We only arrive. It's very tired and long, but it works. It's good. Every stuff is really nice to us, and the organizer is really good. Everything is perfect. They make sure everyone is comfortable in every park, and then this tournament made me feel Russian is very serious and good. They make me feel the country and how they work, and I hope they will invite us again next time, and I wish I can join every time.
Thank you very much. The technology challenge includes disciplines in which competitions will be held using innovative devices and gadgets. With their help, Digital provides a new approach to unlocking the potential of athletes, and Sergey will give us a better idea on this. Hello, the technology challenge includes technologies, so I lost my hands and I'm using prosthetics, and it changes my life in a quality way. I play music, I play sports, I work in the company that produces these prosthetics, and everyone who is making sports know that sports is very inspiring. It helps you to stand up and to move on, and it helps you to understand that all your limitations are in your mind, in your head. So the technology challenge is all about combination of real capabilities and digital capabilities. It's very good that we have it in the Games of Future agenda. It's a new level, and we will be able to compete with other participants from different countries. And I always stand for cyber development because it helps not only to individuals but to the humanity in general, and we have where to go all together. So thank you very much for your support. I'm pretty sure that the games of future will be amazing. I just can't help waiting for the stone racing and other disciplines. So thank you very much, Sergey and others. You can take your places in the hall. So we know how important sport is for every person. Our disciplines are created taking into account the interest of all categories of athletes. And now let's see how they will be presented at the culminating phygital tournament Games of the Future 2024 in Kazan. So, dear friends, this is the agenda of the key tournament. And the agenda was created according to the principles of the best tournaments. And you can see that the agenda is built in a way so you can follow different events. And you can get more information on the gofuture.games website. And this is our sports program. You could see the main 21 disciplines. So thank you very much. We have almost run out of time, and as Vladimir said before, it's not just about sports, but also we are talking about city of the future. Not only sports, we will create high-tech interactive exhibitions for the entire 12 days of the tournament. And this exhibition will be open and available at several venues all the days. And this is how Kazan will look like, just like Mr. Leonov promised us. So it looks differently right now, but we need just to adjust it or fine-tune it in a little bit. So I think that the City of the Future is a very promising use case. It's an interactive exhibition and an educational and entertainment center. And disciplines that we were testing will be presented at this exhibition. They were tested, but they didn't end up in the final agenda. And also you will see phygital activities. They are also phygital, so it means that they combine physical and digital, and I think that it will guarantee to every single person who will come to Kazan a very amazing, rich and vivid experience. And this is why we have created this City of Future project. It's all for everyone who lives in Kazan and everyone who will come to Kazan, especially for our tourists, our residents of the region, our athletes and our partners. And you can visit Kazan right now at the 10th Phygital Games of the Future that will start in just 7 days. And you will be able to watch the broadcast at the virtual stadium. Participants of the games will compete for the title of champion and will have a chance to qualify to the Games of the Future 2024. Viewers will also enjoy an interactive zone where everyone can try themselves in the role of the physical athlete, a colorful show with an innovative format and meetings with popular athletes, streamers and bloggers. So, once again, we announce this event, final test event, will be organized from October 5 to October 22. During this test event, we will have digital basketball, we will have CSGO and laser tag, we will have Warface and laser tag as well, and this is going to be an international tournament as well, as we are going to welcome athletes and teams from Spain, China, Turkey, Belarus, Guatemala, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan and Serbia. So it's just amazing that the number of participating countries is increasing, as well as the audience. And the main product in test events and in digital Games of the Future is the image, and we would like to explain why we pay so much attention to this, because image quality is so important when it comes to digital. And we believe that this will give a boost to the popularity of the tournament. and it will help us to expand our reach to more platforms, to a bigger audience. We are going to have a maximum reach in the maximum number of countries. And this is our most ambitious goal, to reach the potential number of viewers, which is 5 billion. So let me take the television part, and the innovative digital media platforms will be presented by Alexey Pcholkin, streamer and professional esports commentator. Alexey, hello. Surprise me. Hello everyone, dear participants of the conference. So I believe that it's very difficult to surprise you, but I believe that TV is getting less and less popular because young people are choosing streaming. Well, I don't agree with you because everyone is watching TV, everyone has TV sets in their apartments. Yes, but we also have computers or PCs. We have three of them, my wife, my daughter, and I, and also we have mobile devices with me. So, and you don't have a TV set right here with you, but you have your mobile phone and you can use it at any time to watch a broadcast. But you can watch TV without access to the internet. And you cannot see broadcasts without internet, but you can you can watch TV. But what I don't like is that in these esports broadcasts, people are swearing and it's not very nice and beautiful. Yes, during streams, sometimes a lot of people who behave too emotional and they show a worse side of themselves, but it attracts young people. So when we stream on Twitch, and many people use Twitch, so our platforms are being developed, but they're just on their way. They need to be promoted. We need to add something new, but we have a rule on Twitch: you can't say anything you want, otherwise you will be banned. So that's why there are certain rules that we follow, and things that you mentioned are also limited as well. Okay, you managed me to find some advantages, but I thought if we combine TV broadcast and internet streams, more people will see us and they will choose the format they prefer. So in a year, this is how I'm going to look like at the games of the future. And most importantly is that it's an interactive thing. When you switch on your TV set, you cannot interact, you can communicate with the streamer, and streamer can give you an answer, can give you a feedback right now. And this is the communication that cannot be lost, and this is what people are looking for. Thank you very much, streamers. I really appreciate you, and I'm hoping that your streams will be as nice and beautiful as you are on this stage. So, dear friends, so as we said before, image is the main product, and in fact, Games of the Future is the pinnacle of our project, and Games of the Future will partner with all media partners, with all streamers that will distribute our content. And we would like to say that at current moment, out of all agreements and contracts that we signed with media companies and bloggers, we have built the most modern and the most powerful sports content distribution platform that we have never seen before. So yes, and this is how we can combine our strength in the physical and in digital. And I think that this is very logical because you are making a new product for the new generation of viewers. And I think that we are coming to the end of our today's conference, and I have to say that we are preparing our games of the future for young generation. This is our core audience, and it's not a secret. And we have guys from all entire country who are not just competing or who are not just watching, but they're part of volunteer movement. These are very nice boys and girls who will be volunteering at the Games of Future, and would like to give the floor to them. And to announce the start of the selection of volunteers for the Games of Future, we would like to give the floor to Valia Carnival. So let's get started. Hello everyone. To be honest, I'm a little bit nervous because I have never seen such a thing nowhere. And it's great honor for me to stand here and to make a small contribution to such a big project. And today we start the selection procedure to select volunteers for the Games of Future 2024. I have to remind to each of you that you will only have one chance like that, a chance to become a part of a very big, large-scale sports tournament. I believe in ourselves. I believe that we will do it. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Please don't leave the stage. And at the end, once again, I would like to give the floor, if you don't mind, who was at the origins of the volunteer movement in our country. You know this person, he is here with us, Mr. Chernyshenko. So please tell us the magic words. Valentina, Valia, I welcome you and thank you very much for being with us and with our volunteers. So back in 2010 in Russia, the volunteer movement was born in Russia. It didn't exist before, but Russia has always been a country where we are used to give away the best thing you have, your time. And I think we need to say thank you to our volunteers because they give us the best they have. Thank you very much, guys. And also I would like to say thank you to you, Valia, because you are the ambassador of the volunteer movement of the Games of Future, and I'm hoping that you will be volunteering as well, because there are different professions, I would say, but most importantly is that apart from their time, volunteers are giving you your smiles, their hearts, their spirit. They are hugging everyone, and if you know that you can hug a volunteer, we will have a lot of spectators that will come to Kazan to try it. So I'm very thankful to you, dear volunteers, and I say, let's go! Thank you so much, everyone. We are going to watch a final video, and we are looking forward to seeing you at the test event from October 5, and then we will see you at the Games of the Future 2024. See you soon. February 2024, Russia, Kazan. For the first time in the history, the Games of the Future. Best athletes from all over the world. Show of a large scale. Come to the stream. Come to the stadium. Come to the future.